Hi, folks. My name is Gene Witt, and I want to share another story today of just how God can just do miraculous things in our lives, even in small areas or even in big areas. And this really kind of involves getting a car that is not in the best of shape to a destination in time for my dad's surgery. I was early in my ministry, and we were just barely getting along, so we didn't have the greatest of cars. And I get a call in the evening that my dad was getting ready to have open heart surgery the next morning. We're going to do it early in the morning. And my mom said, if there's any way you can get here, please come. So I went to bed really early, got up around 3 o'clock in the morning and started driving off. And I'm going to pause right now. If you like these stories, I just encourage you to subscribe and maybe hit like. Well, anyway, going on with the story. I get up around maybe on the road at least by 4 o'clock in the morning. I get about an hour, a little over an hour or so down the road, and I'm starting to smell antifreeze and the basically the coolant for the car. That smell was starting to fill up the inside of the car, and I knew that I had a problem. And I saw a truck stop, took the exit, went in there, and pulled the car up, pulled the hood up, looked underneath there, and there's a hose that's about 6 to 7 inches long that had broken, and all the antifreeze had gotten out. So I went into uh, the truck stop and showed them the hose that had split wide open, and I asked them, do you have anything this size? And they said, no, most of what the hoses we have are much larger because most of them, are for trucks. So I went back out to the car and I just sat down on the curb and I prayed for a few minutes. Then I remembered that I had some hose inside the trunk that I had somebody had given me just sometime before that. And so I opened the trunk, opened the toolbox, and there was a hose, and amazingly, it was the same size. And so I got the hood up, kind of got excited, this is going to be neat. And I put it up there, and then the hose was about an inch to an inch and a half too short. And I thought, oh man, there's just no way this is going to work. So I, I I I sat there and I got my phone out and I thought, okay, I'm going to call and I'm going to tell my wife and tell them I can't make it and have somebody come to get me, and then I'll just have to call my mother. And as I was thinking about making that phone call, the Spirit of God just said, try it again. And I thought, what? And I heard just still small voice say, try it again. And so I picked that hose up, which was way too short, and I started to put it up to the one connection on one side. And when I did, it actually touched the other side this time. That's pretty amazing. And so I went ahead and I connected them up. Went in, got some antifreeze, filled the car up, and thank the Lord. Just man, that's pretty awesome because God, there's no way that fit. It was like an inch and a half short, and all of a sudden it fits. Well, anyway, we take off, and I take off anyway. I'm taking off, and I'm driving down the road, and I say we. It probably really wasn't me because I kept hearing as I was going down the road, "There's an angel with you. He's sitting on the hood. He's going to take care of your car." And so I get to Dallas, and I start to smell antifreeze, just a little whiff of it, and I said, "Oh Lord, not now. You've got this for." Can you, if that angel's on the hood, would you just get him to just take care of everything? And the smell went away. So we got about 30, 40 miles south of Dallas. Same thing happened. Prayed again, and the smell went away. I got all the way to Austin. This happened two or three more times. I got all the way to Austin, pulled into the hospital parking lot area and into the parking garage. I pulled into a parking space, and just as I stopped, engine still running, I hear a boom from underneath the hood. Open the hood, and that piece of hose had split totally in half and was actually not even there. It was had fallen down all the way to the ground. So I thought, okay, I'm a little later than I should be. I'm supposed to be into the hospital by 8, but the surgery by 8, and the surgery was scheduled for 8. And so I get into the hospital and I go up to Dad's room, and I get there just in time. There are two individuals there. They had him on a gurney and they were getting ready to take him down, and uh, and so I said, we got to go. So just come along with us. So I came along, Mom and I. We followed the two the nurses or whoever they were taking him towards surgery. When we got just outside the surgery room, there's a guy comes out, and he comes across, and he looks over at me and he says, "You're a minister, aren't you?" And I said, "What? Yeah." He said, "says I can tell you're a Christian and you believe that God answers prayer." He says, "Let me tell you something. I'm going to be in the operating room the whole time, and all I'm going to be doing while I'm in there is I'm going to be praying for your dad, and he's going to be fine." And then they went into the room. Of course, we found out later on the surgery was great. And I look back up on that, I'm thinking, okay, a hose that was too short, suddenly God fixed it. And then multiple times I start smelling antifreeze as we're going down. And every time I prayed and asked the Lord to have that angel hold it in place, the Freon smell, the antifreeze smell, excuse me, went away. And I got to the hospital just in time, got to the room just as they're taking him out. And then have somebody that's there standing beside him and who's actually going to be with him in the surgery to tell me that hey, I'm going to be praying. And, you know, God causes things to happen in miraculous ways. There's a verse of scripture in Luke 1:37. It says, "With God, nothing is impossible." And I'll share one more verse as we close. With God, actually, it says in Ephesians 3:20, "Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly, above and beyond all that we could ask or even think." God is able to do anything in your life. It could be an impossible situation. It could be like, gee whiz, it just doesn't fit. There's just no way this is going to work out. I'm stuck. And God, if you just let him have his way. You just turn the situation over to him and just trust him. He has a way of making impossible things turn into miraculous things that bring honor to him. Thank you for watching. You guys have a great day. Bye bye.